Welcome to Wanderer's Window, where every journey is an adventure waiting to unfold. Want to plan a trip to the United States? Here are some places you might want to avoid. The United States, a vast and varied landscape, offers a multitude of experiences. From the glittering skyscrapers of New York City to the majestic Grand Canyon, there's something for every kind of traveler. However, not all destinations are created equal. Some places, due to various reasons like crime, poverty, or environmental issues, might not make it to your travel itinerary. They are the underbelly of the American dream, the places that highlight the country's challenges and struggles. Let's start our journey in the Midwest. Gary, Indiana, once a thriving steel town, now grapples with high crime rates and economic decline following the collapse of the steel industry. Similarly, Flint, Michigan, infamous for its water crisis, poses significant health risks due to lead contamination in the city's water supply. Moving eastward, Camden, New Jersey, stands notorious for its crime rates and poverty levels, making it one of the most dangerous cities in America. East St. Louis, Illinois, another city to avoid, is plagued by poverty, crime, and urban decay. Heading to the west, we encounter Skid Row in Los Angeles, California, known for its large homeless population and associated social issues. And let's not forget the Salton Sea, once a popular resort area, now facing environmental degradation and declining tourism due to high salinity levels. Even the natural beauty of the Appalachian region is marred by issues of poverty, lack of economic opportunities, and health disparities. And the extreme cold weather, isolation, and high costs of living make Barrow, Alaska, a challenging destination. And then there are places like Centralia, Pennsylvania, abandoned due to an underground coal mine fire that has been burning since 1962, leading to toxic gases and sinkholes. These are just a few examples, a small glimpse into the places that paint a different picture of America, far removed from the glamour of Hollywood or the power corridors of Washington, D.C. They serve as a sobering reminder that every country has its own set of challenges and issues. Let's dive into the list, shall we? First up, we're looking at cities that have suffered from industrial decline. Imagine a city once vibrant, its streets humming with the hustle and bustle of industry. Now picture those same streets silent, the factories vacant, and the city's lifeblood gone. This is the reality for places like Gary, Indiana. Once a thriving steel town, Gary is now known for its high crime rates and economic decay. The collapse of the steel industry left a void that the city is still struggling to fill. Then there's Camden, New Jersey. Like Gary, Camden was once a hive of industrial activity. However, the city is now notorious for its heart-wrenching poverty levels and alarming crime rates. The demise of the manufacturing sector has left Camden as one of the most dangerous cities in America, a stark contrast to its once industrious past. In Flint, Michigan, the decline of the auto industry has had devastating effects. But Flint's troubles don't stop with economic downturn and high crime rates. The city's water crisis, resulting in lead contamination of the city's water supply, has posed significant health risks to its residents. The water crisis has become a symbol of Flint's struggles and a stark reminder of the city's fall from prosperity. Detroit, Michigan shares a similar story. Once the heart of America's automotive industry, Detroit is now struggling with high crime rates, unemployment, and urban blight. Despite ongoing revitalization efforts, the city has yet to fully recover from the blow dealt by the decline of the auto industry. Finally, we have East St. Louis, Illinois. Plagued by poverty, crime, and urban decay, East St. Louis is another city that has felt the sting of industrial decline. Once a bustling railway hub, the city is now a shadow of its former self. These cities, once booming with industry, now serve as a cautionary tale of economic downfall. Next, we're turning to areas struggling with poverty and social issues. Let's first travel to Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, South Dakota. This region is among the poorest in the United States. It's not just about the lack of wealth, it's about the lack of opportunities. Unemployment is rampant, and the lack of jobs leads to a vicious cycle of poverty. In addition, the reservation is grappling with the dark shadow of substance abuse, a problem often intertwined with poverty and unemployment. This is not just a place, it's a community of people, and their struggles are a stark reminder of the socio-economic disparities that persist in the country. Swinging over to the West Coast, we delve into Skid Row in Los Angeles, California. Known for its large homeless population, Skid Row is a stark contrast to the glitz and glamour often associated with LA. Here, the city's most vulnerable citizens battle not just homelessness, but also mental health issues, addiction, and the neglect of society. Skid Row is a symbol of the homelessness crisis that affects many American cities, a crisis that calls for compassion, understanding, and effective social policies. Finally, we journey to the south side of Chicago, Illinois. Known for its high crime rates, this area also grapples with poverty and gang-related violence. The South Side is a place where opportunities are scarce, and where the cycle of poverty and crime is difficult to break. But remember, it's also a place of resilience, of people striving for a better life, a safer community, and a brighter future. These places, Pine Ridge, Skid Row, the South Side of Chicago, they're not just locations on a map. They're communities of people living and struggling under the weight of social issues. They're reminders of the deep-seated problems that persist in society, problems that require collective effort, understanding, and action to solve. These areas remind us of the deep-seated social issues that still need addressing in America. Our next stops are places marred by environmental issues and decline. Firstly, we journey to the Salton Sea in California. Once a thriving resort area, the Salton Sea has undergone a dramatic transformation. Today it's characterized by environmental degradation, a far cry from its former glory. The sea's salinity levels have skyrocketed, surpassing even those of the Pacific Ocean. This has led to a massive die-off of fish species, turning the sea into a virtual graveyard. The once bustling tourism industry has dwindled as well, with abandoned buildings providing a haunting reminder of better days. Next, we travel to Centralia, Pennsylvania, a town that was abandoned due to an unfortunate disaster. Centralia has been burning since 1962, but not in a way you might think. An underground coal mine caught fire and has been smoldering ever since. This fire has resulted in the release of toxic gases and the formation of sinkholes, making Centralia a dangerous place to visit. The ground beneath the town is literally on fire, and the smoke that periodically rises from cracks in the earth offers an eerie sight. These two destinations, Salton Sea and Centralia, are prime examples of places where environmental issues have led to decline. The stories they tell are sobering reminders of the consequences of environmental mismanagement. Whether it's the unchecked salinity levels of the Salton Sea or the unquenchable underground fire in Centralia, both illustrate the devastating impact of neglecting our environment. It's easy to dismiss these places as mere outliers, anomalies in an otherwise prosperous nation. But the reality is, they represent the very real and pressing environmental challenges we face today. They underscore the need for sustainable practices and responsible stewardship of our natural resources. In the grand scheme, these places serve as cautionary tales, urging us to pay heed to our environment. They remind us that nature, when mistreated or neglected, can retaliate with devastating consequences, leaving in its wake a landscape that is a shadow of its former self. These places stand as stark reminders of the environmental challenges we face today. Finally, we're looking at areas known for high crime rates and violence. First up, we have Juarez, Mexico, a stone's throw away from El Paso, Texas. Juarez is a city caught in a deadly web of violence, primarily associated with drug cartels. The city's crime rates are alarmingly high, creating a palpable tension that can be felt in the air. Travelers are advised to exercise extreme caution in this area. On the other side of the spectrum, we have Atlantic City, New Jersey. Once a bustling hub of entertainment and casinos, the city has seen better days. Economic decline has hit the city hard, leading to increased crime rates and a sense of desolation. Despite its glittering past, the current state of Atlantic City is a stark reminder of the fleeting nature of prosperity. These areas underline the urgent need for safety and economic rejuvenation. And there you have it. 25 places you might want to think twice about before visiting in the United States. From the industrial decline of Gary, Indiana, and Detroit, Michigan, to the profound social issues in Skid Row, Los Angeles, and Pine Ridge Indian Reservation, South Dakota. We've journeyed through the environmental struggles of Salton Sea, California, and the eerie abandonment of Centralia, Pennsylvania. And we've faced the harsh realities of crime and violence in Camden, New Jersey, and the south side of Chicago, Illinois. Each of these places tells a story of struggle, resilience, and the ongoing fight for improvement. They serve as a powerful reminder that not all that glitters is gold, and that even within the vast beauty and opportunity of America, there are areas facing significant challenges. Remember, travel is about enjoyment, safety, and learning. Always research your destination thoroughly before you go. Safe travels.